Hey, what's up, Desi gang? I hope you guys had a wonderful day today. It is now, let me check the date because your girl don't keep up with her days anymore. Sad. You know what you did, Shay? Oh my god. It is 8:52 p.m. at night and it is Saturday, July 13th. So I decided, let me get on here and record. Why not? So today's video, I am going to be talking about budgeting. Just kind of a, I guess, intro to budgeting, but more so focusing on how you can manage your bill money. So with that being said, I am the, I wouldn't say the budget queen. I'm more of the, this is more of a organizational video. I'm very organized. I love structure. I love knowing when my bills are going to be coming out, how much I'm able to spend afterwards, things of that sort. This is going to be a managing your money better video. How about that? Now, I do like to budget when it's life or death. So yeah, there's that. But y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. If you guys would like for me to do any more videos in regards to this, just hit me up because I will. I have taught numerous of people how to do this and it works for me. And I do it based on how I get paid. So hopefully me showing you guys this video will help you do it based on how you get paid. So whatever, let's get right on into the video. I am going to pull out, I have my own notebook and written down I have our bills are and how much they cost. Of course, I'm not gonna put all of that out in this video, so I'll be making up fictional costs as I go. However, it'll just give you an idea of how I do my bills, and I hope that it can help you. If it does, let me know. If it doesn't, sorry. I'm gonna use white copy paper so that when I write on this, it's easier for you guys to see, other than like having it on notebook paper. Okay, so let me get my handy dandy pen. Okay, so I'm going to be making a bi-weekly planner based on how my husband and I get paid. You could do it however you get paid. We get paid bi-weekly, so this is how I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna start off, we're in the month of July, so I'm just gonna put July because we're in July, and I'm gonna label the days that my bills come out. It's gonna say July, but you do it to however you wanted to do it. So a quick example is, I'll tell you all the bills that we do pay. All the bills that we do pay, I don't have written down, like our subscriptions and stuff like that, like Hulu, HBO. I think we have something coming out for Apple, those things like that. I don't write those down because it's smaller bills, but if you want to, you can definitely apply those in the dates that they come out. We kind of just sort of keep up with them, and I think Hulu and HBO are automatic anyway, so it's whatever. But our rent is due on the 1st, so we pay rent, we pay electric, we pay our phone bill, we pay our car payment. We have 2 car payments. We have car and renter's insurance. We have Wi-Fi. We have our furniture, which we're currently paying on, which is our bed and our sectional couch. And then we have my braces. I pay on those monthly. And that's about it. Our other stuff is Hulu, Netflix, Apple Music, things like that. You know, just basic subscriptions and stuff like that. So what I do first is I'm going to write down the date that each one of those bills comes out. If you need to, an important thing to do would be to go online or wherever, call the place that you get your bills from and ask them, hey, when is my payment date due? Which I'm sure if you don't have everything set on automatic payment, I don't, because we ain't at that point yet. You want to know when your bills are due and when they're coming out. So I know that on the 1st of each month our rent is due, so I'm just gonna put July 1st rent. And also another thing that you want to do is put the cost. And the reason why I say the cost is because it helps you to budget your money and manage your money better and know how much money you have left. I know sometimes bills can fluctuate over time, so you know, just do it to what you think it is. If you need to do an estimate, for an example, like we might have a bill that's like $9.99 a month, and I'll round it off to $10. Or let's say if I have a payment coming out for like $15 or $16, $17 a month, but I don't know the exact amount, I may round it off to 20 just so I can be on the safe side. So I'm gonna put rent. I'm just gonna put a random cost of $1,000. That's not how much our rent is, unfortunately. I wish it was, but I'm just gonna put a random cost. Then we have, and that's on July 1st. So our electric bill always comes out on about the 3rd, the 5th of each month. So I'm gonna put July 3rd through the 5th. We have our electric bill, which is, let's say, $70 a month. So let me lean the camera down actually so you guys can see my paper. And then I'm just gonna kind of just write it as I see it. Okay guys, so I'm back. I have written everything out. So if you just want to see what I have here, this is what my paper looks like, and I'll include it so you guys include a separate picture so you guys can see what it looks like. But like I was saying earlier, my husband and I, we get paid twice a month. So what I do, the reason for this line here is because I split our checks up, me personally. So what I do is, I know that our first paycheck is always going to come between the 1st and the 15th of the month. So what I do, since I'm in July and I'm putting July, I'm going to put that we get July first check either the 1st or the 15th of the month. And then what I do is I split the 15th through the 30th of the month. So the other half of the month, I'm going to do the 15th through the 30th, and that'll be for our second check, or the 15th through the 31st, however many days are in that month. So if you see on the side here, I have put July 1st. This is the first check, and then I put it from the 1st through the 15th, and then I did the 15th through the 30th and put the second check. Looks a little weird because I think it's kind of backwards. Anyways, so that's what I did. So now what I'm gonna do is I will show you guys the paper. I have our rent that comes out on the 1st. Our electric comes out on the 3rd through the 5th. Our phone bill comes out on the 4th always. Our car payment on the 8th. Renter's insurance and car insurance come out on the 12th, and then the 12th through the 15th, it's about Wi-Fi. Keep in mind, these prices are not real, they're made up. So then what I would do is, for the first half of the month, all of those bills with the dates, I am going to add them up. Rent is, I put 1,000, so I'm gonna do 1,000 plus 70 plus 250 plus 323 plus 468 plus 80. That's going to be $2,191. And then I'm going to add it up for the second half of the month. So I have $95, I have $100, and I have $340. That's $535 all together. So the next step is going to be to calculate my pay. So let's say I make $17 an hour. So I make $17 an hour and I work 40 hours a week. I have $17 times 40 hours a week. That times 2 is going to give you this number here. So when I take away taxes, I'm just going to, for right now, this is all imaginary, I'm going to subtract 150 for taxes. So after taxes, I'm getting back $12.10, and that's what I have here. So my husband, he makes, let's say, $18 a month. So I would do 18 times 40, which is $720 a week. That times 2 is $1440. I'm going to subtract 200. After taxes, he's getting $1240. So $1240 plus $12.10, that's going to give you $24.50. So as long as I'm working the same, that's me and my husband's income after a 2-week basis. So after I've calculated how much I make and I've calculated how much I'm spending in a month, then I get to calculate how much I will have remaining. And this also helps to know, because I'm the type of person, I need to know how much I have left to spend, because your girl be having stuff that she gotta buy, and that's just that on that, period. So I got $24.50 for the first half of the month. As I calculated earlier, my bills are $21.91. So, you know, for the first half of the month, I'm kind of pressed for money. You know what I mean? Like, we eating sandwiches and noodles for the first half of the month until we get paid again, which is completely fine, because we'll reap the benefits in the end. But at least I know how much I'm left over with. So I'll do $24.50 minus $21.91. That leaves me with $259. Now, I can do a separate video on this, just like I explained previously, but with $259 for the next 2 weeks until you get paid, me personally, I think that's more than enough to get through to 2 weeks, as long as you're making sure you're putting gas in your car. You might have to do more cooking than going out eating, and that's about it, unless you have any other necessities there. We do have a savings account, so we put money in our savings account every time we get paid. You want to make sure that you have a savings account as well, and build towards that, so that in a situation where in the beginning of the month you are left with only $200 and some change, you're able to have extra money to cover if anything happens that's important. This is my favorite part of the month, because even though these are fake charges, this is kind of how my husband and our bills work. So at the end of the month, that is I call it our extra check, because we get way more extra money to spend, because like our bills at the end of the month are nearly as expensive as they are at the beginning. I'm gonna do 95 plus 100 plus 340. I'm only spending $535 at the end of the month. So I know I get $2,450 every 2 weeks for sure. That minus $535, it gives you $1,915. Now that is more than enough for you to make it to the next week. Also, one of the big things that I suggest is, if you are in a situation where your bills at the beginning of the month are way more expensive than the ones at the end, sometimes to help yourself out so that in the beginning of the month you aren't left with so much less money, kind of put some money aside from your extra check and kind of save that towards, so that you'll have money towards the beginning of the month if it ever, you know, gets kind of sticky there. That's just my suggestion. I mean, to each his own. You do whatever you want to do. When it comes to you getting paid monthly, you can also do the same thing. You can manage it to where you write down the date and the amount and the bill. It's really simple. There's also been times where sometimes we may have had something come up in the beginning of the month, because we do pay a lot of money out in the beginning of the month. Of course, majority of that comes from our rent. And so we've had times where we've had to wait to pay that bill until we get paid again for our extra check and use it then. It's just whatever you want to do, however you feel comfortable with doing it. I'm the type of person that I like to pay bills on time. I don't like to be late. I don't like to be days late, any of that. I even pay my bills ahead of time. I mean, like, I didn't, like, my car payment wasn't even due until like 20 days and I just paid it. I just like to be up on game, because you never know, you might need it. There may come a time where you need to actually skip that payment or wait some time, and you call the people up and they're like, oh, you haven't made your payments on time since day one, so why would we give you an extension? I mean, you just never know. So that's just my suggestion. I also can talk to you all about budgeting. This was really more of a simple video, just kind of showing you how I do my bills. It's a little biased because I do get paid bi-weekly. However, if you get paid monthly, semi-monthly, I mean, however you get paid, there's always a way to come up with a plan. You can have a notebook. I have a notebook. I write everything down. It's easier for me to look back at that notebook. I carry it with me and say, oh, hey, I had this bill due today, because it's easier for me to forget. So I just wanted to kind of get on here and inform you guys of that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will attach, if I have not already, the picture of what this looks like, so you guys can better see what I'm talking about. I appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful day. Peace.